So he is the sheriff of Ulster County, and he released an open letter on Facebook. In light of recent events that have occurred in the United States and around the world, I want to encourage citizens of Ulster County who are licensed to carry a firearm to, in capitals, please do so. I urge you to responsibly take advantage of your legal right to carry a firearm to ensure the safety of yourself and others. Make sure you're comfortable and proficient with your weapon and knowledgeable of the laws in New York State with regards to carrying a weapon and when it is legal to use it. I also want to remind all police peace officers, both active duty and retired, to please carry a weapon whenever you leave your house. We are the thin blue line that is entrusted in keeping the country safe, and we must be prepared to act at any given moment. Signed, Paul J. Van Blarcom, the Ulster County Sheriff, and Sheriff Blarcom, Van Blarcom, is on the line right now. Good morning, sir. Thanks for coming on.
Good morning.
So this is this is the first time I've really seen someone in your capacity making this statement, and obviously you're a bit worried out there of these random things that are going on in the country.
Absolutely.
So what? So are you a believer that if everybody was if everyone was armed, that we would be? You know, Donald Trump says this a lot. You know, if they all had guns, we would have been safe. It wouldn't have happened. Are you a believer of that?
No, I'm definitely not a believer that everybody should be carrying a gun, and that's why I addressed this specifically to the people that have already been entrusted, with carry permits.
Because I think about, I'm trying to think about what the change, and I'm sure you're well versed on this, as all law enforcement is across the country. That what we used to do in these active shooter situations, we'd go to the facility and we wait them out. Now we know you better get in there quickly because they're going to kill everybody if you don't go in. So then if you go in and everybody's got a gun, who do you shoot? How are you? Well, if you're somebody that is carrying and police arrive at the scene and it's an active shooter situation, how do you let them know that you're one of the good guys?
I think the average shooting transpires in usually about the first 60 seconds.
Yeah.
It takes about 4 minutes for police officers to get there. I think that in a scene like that, people will be running out of the building probably
right.
if a citizen actually stopped the situation from going on.
Right.
I don't think that there'd be an issue where a police officer would actually draw down on a law-abiding, gun-carrying citizen.
I mean,
but
I guess
could happen, and I would trust that citizen, would put their weapon down.
Well, listen, we see friendly fire situations in battle. It could happen, but at the same time, if you're somebody who's been trained and you have the license to carry a gun inside that facility with a gun, obviously the people inside think about what happened in California. If somebody had a gun, they could have at least taken a shot.
I agree, and that's what precipitated this going out on our Facebook page. But again, it's a personal choice that everybody has to make. If you're not comfortable, if you're not proficient, then we don't encourage it.
Right.
A lot of people get pistol permits for different reasons. But if you got that reason, if you're got that pistol permit for a reason because you wanted to carry it, then I encourage you to carry it.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me ask: have you caught any backlash? I don't mean from maybe citizens who don't agree with you, but like state or federal officials. Has anyone reached out and said this is not the message that you should be sending?
No officials have done that, although I've gotten, a few from private citizens saying that, they don't agree with this at all. They're afraid that it's, I'm trying to form a posse that is going to turn people into vigilantes, which I don't believe that to be true at all.
Well, obviously, if something like that happens, it's a case-by-case situation. You have to deal with that person. Very interesting in that, obviously in Texas, it's something that's pretty common, right?
Yeah, it is.
And for people here to be able to do that, I would imagine you will get some backlash from the movement that right now is asking for more gun regulations. How do you on that? And while I disagree with the Democrats on this, I do think there are some points. If we could keep guns out of the hands of people who are mentally insane or mentally disturbed, people that are for some reason on a no-flies list or what have you, obviously there's some things that we can do. Do you agree with that? There are some things that can be done?
Yes, and I think there's a lot of things that are being done now. If we can find more ways to stop guns from getting into the wrong hands, then that's great. But, I can't think of anything that's going to stop somebody that really wants to do damage. How we're going to stop them, I don't know. But I would like to, if it does happen in Ulster County, geez, I'd love to have somebody that's in the crowd that, carrying.
I have to tell you, we have. Now, first of all, you're not going to, even if you have a gun there, you're probably not going to stop someone from getting hurt. But you may have been able to bring that number down from 14 to 2 if you take that person out quickly.
It's very well possible that you could, yes.
All right, I do want to tell you we had a situation here at a cell phone facility. How many years ago would that be? 5, 6, 7 years ago?
Oh, at least, yeah.
And a man came in upset. Obviously, there was something going on, and he began to shoot. Just so happened there was an off-duty corrections or police officer.
I believe it was a Rome police officer.
There was an off-duty officer there who was able to pull his gun out and fire, and that stopped that event. So exactly what you're talking about has happened right here.
I can give you an example down here. Back in the early 90s, there was a shooting in a mall, and a National Guard recruiter got shot. There was at least 6 off-duty police officers in the mall at the time. Nobody had a weapon. So that's why in my my Facebook post, I'm encouraging all active duty and retired police and peace officers, carry your weapon.
Yeah.
We are the people that are trained to stop these kind of things.
Here's John who has a comment or a question. John, go ahead.
Yeah. First, I'm a licensed concealed carry holder. And at first, I'd like to just tell the sheriff how much I appreciate the fact that he is standing up. I'm sure he's going to take some flack. But, we appreciate what you do. And my question is, like in Oneida County here, how would what you're saying apply to, let's say, a licensed pistol carrier like myself in Oneida County?
It would apply just the same if you have a full license to carry concealed weapon permit in your county, or actually for the state of New York, you can carry it, and I would encourage it.
Now, there would be some buildings that you can't. I can't imagine you can walk into a federal building.
That's correct. You can't go into schools, you can't go into federal buildings if something's posted saying no firearms.
Yeah. So you're a permit holder, right?
Yes.
John? Okay.
Yes, I am. I have been for a number of years now. I'm 67, and I carry it when I can, and especially when stuff like this happens. But I was just gonna wonder what are the legalities? I mean, I always knew that. I always thought that in your own house, you definitely got a right to protect yourself and your possessions in your own house. But if you're out and about and you see something that's happening, what are the New York State laws specific to that?
Sheriff, I'm going to let you go, John, and have you listen to his answer. Go ahead.
To go start enforcing the law, what I'm encouraging is you carry a handgun with you, and if there's an active shooter situation going on, then you take action. But other than that, if you see unless somebody's getting murdered or shot at or something like that, you just want to call 911 and use your eyes and you see something, you say something, but not to get involved as a private citizen just because you happen to be carrying a firearm.
And you've got to know what you've got to know that situation is an active shooter situation. You've got to be certainly very careful with that.
And my Facebook post, I said that that if you're not only got to be comfortable, responsible, and proficient, you need to be aware of the laws of the state of New York.
Got it. All right. Well, I got to tell you made some noise there, Sheriff. We appreciate your time and thanks for coming on this morning.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay. I'd be okay if he was in the building when there was an active shooter. I think he'd do pretty well at taking somebody out. The problem, though, is you get somebody when they think something is going on, but it really isn't. I mean, you've got to be extreme. If you don't feel you could be 100% responsible, I would think that following through on this would be a mistake, and that's what I think some people are probably worried about with his comments.